If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast for free. Let me explain.
Listen, there's creation tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast directly from your computer or your cell phone. Anchor will distribute your podcasts on platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher, and more.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Best for beginners.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
And enjoy the show. Crack a can. But I swear to God, Joe Coy's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, no,
You gotta look into it.
We only caught a little bit of that, but that was pretty nice.
You gotta fucking watch some of his actual stand-up.
He's
not
talking
just
about a
podcast.
scab on his arm.
I'm gonna pick that shit all day. Yeah, he's right.
All day.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
Oh, welcome.
It's Crack a Can. It's fucking Wednesday. We're gonna crack some beer and talk about some shit.
Okay. We're gonna talk about beer?
Yeah, that's what we do. It's what we do on the most random entertainment news podcast
on the motherfucking internet.
Ah, the beautiful sound of a can cracking on a Wednesday.
Synchronize.
I got a Yingling.
Right,
There's not much to say about a Yingling. It's just classic. It's good. If you don't drink Yingling, you should try a Yingling. Because if you don't drink Yingling, it means you haven't tried a Yingling.
I mean, that is accurate. Yingling's not the worst. I don't mind it.
Never
it's
met
like
a person who doesn't drink a Yingling if it's offered.
I've met those. Yeah, beer drinking people who don't drink Yingling. Like those people don't exist. But some people just don't drink beer. All right, so I guess I'll get into what I've got here. Yeah, it's called a metric.
Get up near the fucking microphone.
Hey, first of all, stop yelling. God damn it.
Everybody wants to hear your pretty voice. Come on.
Ooh, is that why all the women are listening?
Yeah, right. What's up with this? Last 7 days, 100% women viewership.
You need to give us some feedback on why the fuck that's the case.
And all time, 57% of our
I was going to say, it's women. Stupid high percent. Ooh, batch number 31. So this is like a pretty new company, I guess, huh? All right, so it's Industrial Arts Brewing. I don't know where the fuck that is. Pilsner-style lager with notes of crisp and... How do you have notes of crisp and herbal tradition? That's not... You can't have notes of crispness.
Yeah, crisp and herbal.
Yeah, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like...
What was the last word?
With notes of crisp and herbal tradition. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Notes of crispness and herbalness.
Yeah, fucking try it.
It makes sense, dude.
It doesn't. I don't like it.
It's a lager?
Yeah. It's a Pilsner type lager. Yeah, it's nothing terribly special. Worth a shot, you know. It's like $3, so. Not bad. It's a good beer.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Got a little IPA. You know, it's a little more hopsy than most Pilsners and or lagers.
Industrial Arts Brewing Company, huh?
Yeah, there's not a lot of information on that shit so far. All I know is it's from batch number 31. So.
New York.
Garnerville,
New York.
Never even heard of it. Shout out to Garnerville.
Yeah, shout out you guys over at Industrial Arts Brewing.
Yeah.
Not a bad beer. Not a bad beer.
I like the can design.
We picked it up at our local spirits liquor store. Metric is not a bad beer. I'd recommend it if you. I'd recommend it to light beer drinkers.
Right. Stupid question. So, and I feel like this goes for a lot of people, but like, for me, the packaging is like what sells products almost consistently.
I've caught myself buying things purely on packaging.
Strictly on how nice the packaging is.
Yeah, and
right?
if like say like it markets towards like the specific thing you're dealing with too.
Right.
Or want. Like as soon as I see sour on something, it's the first thing I read in the beer aisle.
Right.
So that does something for me. If it's a shiny label, it brings my attention to it.
That's what took me with this one is like the weird hexagons.
Yeah, the geometrical shapes with the shiny silver background grab my attention.
Bright colors that pop. I feel like that's why we've tried a lot of the smoothie beers because they're always fucking... They're always bright colors. They've always got colorful artwork on there.
Oh, I'm a scumbag.
Party foul.
My shit's not on silent.
He failed us once again, ladies and gentlemen. Mind your fucking business.
Your phone wasn't on silent either.
No, but I don't have anyone that wants to talk to me. So it's fine.
Listen, it was nobody trying to talk to me. It was my phone telling me about my settings.
So, you were right about the fucking Logan Paul business.
Yeah, everybody said that'll never happen.
That would never happen.
That will never happen. I said it happened. It's all about money for Floyd.
Oh, yeah. At this point in his career, fuck. Dude, did you see his last fight? He boxed some fucking... he was a Japanese kickboxer. But he boxed him. And the guy weighed like 120 pounds. Like, the motherfucker's got to be small if Floyd Mayweather makes him look tiny.
Yeah.
And fucking Floyd went out there and for I think it was $10 million, he beat the fucking shit out of this poor little Japanese boy who was like 22 years old. And you could tell Floyd was putting zero effort into it. You know what I mean? And fucking made $10 million with like 5 minutes worth of work. Like he put him out in the second round to where like they were like not going to let him.
Listen, I just hope Logan gets out alive.
That's a dumb thing to say. I can appreciate why you're saying it, but listen, man. Either Logan gets fucking pitter-patted in the face with the lightest fucking shots for, well, I'm assuming they're boxing like 8 rounds or something, being that it's an exhibition, maybe even 6.
Mm-hmm.
Either he gets hit 150 times in the face going for big shots, or he catches Floyd Mayweather. And I gotta be honest with you. I've been known to
beat him in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
To be honest,
for sure. I've been known to be a big Floyd detractor. I don't dislike Floyd's skills per se.
I dislike his sportsmanship.
Yeah, I don't like Floyd as a person.
Yeah,
and you know what? That's half of what sells fights is when people pay to want to watch you lose.
I respect his record though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's 100%.
And back in the day, man, he was nobody to duck competition. He fought fucking Canelo. He fought fucking Pac. Yeah. Obviously, the Pacquiao fight came way too late. I'll tell you what. If that fight didn't come that late, I had Pacquiao.
Listen,
hands down.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, either way, win or lose, they're both making a bag.
Oh, facts. And
they're walking home with possibly $10 million each.
First of all, Floyd's walking away with 50. Yeah. I'm sure
I think it's 42.
40. Well, the problem is they don't know how many pay-per-view sales it's going to be. So that's probably the signed contract for price. Then I'm sure he gets a majority share of the pay-per-view sales. They
were saying like it's a possible $50 million fight for winning.
Yeah, see, fucking Floyd makes that fucking waking up for fucking breakfast, bro. Like, and
no, he doesn't.
When that guy steps in the ring, anytime he stepped in the ring for the past 5 years, he had to be guaranteed $40 million.
Yes.
Anytime.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But here's the thing. What I don't know how to put it. I meant like he's not making that money every day.
Oh no, not even close to every day. I was just using that as a metaphor. Like when he puts work in,
and he doesn't want to fight anybody that's regularly fighting in the industry right now.
Right.
He wants his record.
If you put him in, and that's why I think this fight's so dangerous for him.
Oh, because you get beat by a not-so-boxer person who's 0-1.
Right.
What's that going to do to your record? I think he's taking it too cockily, like an easy paycheck. And that's where he might fuck up. If he's taking this like a breeze in the wind, and he's like, oh, easy $40 million?
Yeah, man.
And he gets ripped. If he gets ripped apart, dude, Logan's going to get shit because he's taller. He's bigger.
So
he's taller, he's bigger, and he's half his age.
Right. And he's tenacious and strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, depending on the size of the ring, I'm pretty sure boxing has a set size, whereas like the UFC, there's 2 different size
rings. They're not supposed to be fighting each other. I know that.
Right.
And they're probably going to ask Logan to drop weight.
They can't do that. They can't do that. It's an exhibition. This is what's already been agreed to. And if they do, he almost can't. Like, he's just a naturally big dude.
Yeah.
And, all right, so if you had to guess, how much do you think Floyd and Conor made for their fight?
Both of them?
Each.
The same amount?
No, they did not make the same amount.
Who won again?
Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. That's how he got
Floyd
his
doesn't have
50
any
and 0.
losses. Yeah.
Right.
I say 92 million for Floyd and 30 million for
that. All right.
what's his face?
So that Connor, that's actually very close to the guaranteed disclosed amount. So Floyd was guaranteed 100 million.
That's right. I remember that number.
Connor was guaranteed 30 million. Mayweather reportedly earned $280 million for that.
That's right. It threw him into the billionaires club.
Yeah. He's the first sports billionaire to ever live.
Yeah.
And the dude can't even read. And again, I don't like the guy, but you got to give him props for that, man. Guy can't even fucking read, and he's worth billions of dollars. That's nuts.
Too much money. He's worth when he won that fight, I think it was worth 1.8.
Right. It's a ridiculous amount of money, and Connor earned 130 million. So obviously Connor went up 100 million because of the pay-per-view sales. You know what I mean? So that's how they usually negotiate those types of fights.
Neither of them have to do anything for the rest of their life.
Right. And Connor started a whiskey business that's actually pretty fucking successful thus far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And man,
we're not gonna shout out that fucking whiskey business.
They need to
you
pay
can go
us
and
first.
find that on fucking Google.
They need to pay. No, you can't. You can find it here when they pay us. I ain't fucking around with that shit.
I ain't paying us.
Connor, you better pay us, boy.
I ain't even a fan.
Well, I love Connor.
I like his attitude. I love his suit.
I was gonna say, have you ever watched his fights?
Suit.
Though he's such a fucking good fighter.
No, yeah, he's an animal.
He's a fucking monster.
And I'm not discrediting his fighting skills.
Right. No, I know what you're saying.
I don't like the guy. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like his tattoos.
His tattoos.
I think I could kick his ass.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. His tattoos are dog shit. I don't mean that. Sponsor us, whiskey guy. But
Listen, your tattoos will be good when you start paying us.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Especially that fucking gorilla on your chest.
Listen, we're assholes. Deal with it.
That's fair. So is he. It's fine. He'll love us.
Listen.
But Logan has the potential to make so much fucking money from this fight, depending on how well he negotiates this. I'm willing to bet he guaranteed makes $20 million.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah. Because
but now, is this going to be an exhibition match under League of Legends or some shit?
Oh, no, it can't be. No. Because Logan's not a fucking legend. Oh, do you mean like
Jake?
No, but he was yeah, I get right. All right. So what I'm saying is that the only reason that fight was able to take place was because the main card was legends, right? So obviously Floyd is considered a legend, but you can't put those two in the main card.
Still, I'm saying, is this going to be a charity thing? The exhibition?
I doubt that. Floyd doesn't fucking do nothing for charity. You know, and with all due respect to Logan, I'm sure he doesn't do a whole lot either. You know what I mean? And by all due, I mean none. I'm sure they're not.
Most of those guys, yeah, no. But most of those influencers and shit, and all those people, all these people who make a shit ton of money, do a lot of charity every year that you don't hear about.
Right. That's usually how they get into lower tax brackets and shit.
I was about to say that.
So I think I'm trying to see. I don't know if we discussed it on the last one, but I want to see what Roy Jones and Mike Tyson made for their fights, because each guaranteed $1 million. Yeah, that's ridiculous. From what I read, I believe Tyson made. Yeah, see, that's so weird. The next one says Mike Tyson was guaranteed $10 million. Roy Jones was guaranteed $1 to $3 million. One of those is 3 times as much as the other fucking number. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but Mike has more to lose.
$80 million in pay-per-views.
Mike has more to lose.
I really don't think so. I do not think he had more to lose in that fight, to be completely honest with you.
I think Mike had a bigger legacy to lose.
I disagree. Mike Tyson kind of tarnished his own legacy at one point in time.
Just debatable.
The guy got chinned fucking 15 times in a row after he fucking got out of prison.
True.
You know? Not that being said, so did Roy, but no, he didn't go to prison.
Don't do cocaine, kids.
That's a fact.
You'll end up like Mike Tyson.
What? A millionaire?
Shh.
Yeah.
Don't tell them why we do
A
cocaine.
badass millionaire. That's fair. But yeah, fucking.
Listen,
I don't know.
I know I'll be tuning in for the fight.
I will be too.
I believe it's February 20th, correct?
I think that's about right. I know it's sometime in February.
I gotta double check. It's gotta be right for the viewers.
I'm going fucking.
Speaking of viewers, shout out fucking Bangladesh, Ireland, fucking
Scotland.
Italy.
Oh,
Scotland.
Italy's our big one these days.
Yeah, all you guys in the past 30 days, you've all been viewing our shit.
Right on.
And I really appreciate it. Both of us appreciate it. And if you're new here, if you're not one of those regular viewers that have been coming back, I'm your host, Jared.
Oh,
we're
you're
halfway
the only host.
Hold on. And this
Spicy.
is my other host, the other host of Crack a Can.
There we go. Now
Pyushi.
my introduction.
Fuck you. Fuck this guy.
We got some Italian.
No,
fighter
I'm
news
your only
coming
host
here.
now. I'm your only host. Fuck this guy.
That's just so. I'll get a cat to co-host this with me.
He'll probably do a better job
I was
than I
gonna
do.
say he knows more about fights than you, Mr. Buttons, does.
Oh my god! Now, all right. Hold on. Turn the mic off. We got no. We're settling this right now.
Reassessing the situation.
So, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button,
That's
the fucking notification button, whatever
Follow
fucking
us
platform
on
you're
every
on. Make
platform.
sure to just click all those buttons so you hear from us every time we post. We post every Wednesday, or at least we try to. Sometimes I get sick. Sometimes we don't feel like recording.
Yeah.
Sometimes there ain't no beer to drink.
Oh my!
So you gotta fucking deal with it.
beer drought.
But we try to post every Wednesday, on the Wednesday, at the Wednesday, every Wednesday.
Doesn't it usually get posted on Thursday?
No, usually Wednesday night.
Okay.
Usually.
All right. Fair
I
enough.
don't know. Don't quote me.
We got some love going out to our Italian fans today with some fight news as well.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh yeah. Heads up to you guys.
Crazy
I never
UFC
know. I most of the time never know the fight news that Pushy's ready to spew out,
That's fair.
and it makes this so much more fun though. So like,
Right. It's on the fly.
I'm learning with you guys. So get right into it. We're already talking about fights.
That's a fact. So I think it's Marvin Vettori. Yeah. Marvin Vettori. All I know is this guy's a fucking killer.
Is this the Italian dude?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Sounds
I
Italian.
think he's from Milan.
Vittori.
So he was infamous for being the guy that I'm sure you've heard of, Israel Adesanya. He's the champ of the middleweight division right now.
Yes.
Incredible fighter. Marvin Vettori was his first fight in the UFC. And it actually went to a split decision. And one judge thought Marvin won the fight. And since then, he's been completely dominant, never fucking lost a round practically, you know what I mean? Apart from Yoel, in my opinion. But, so Marvin finally got his big break, and he got to fight this weekend on 1 week's notice against Jack Hermanson, who I believe was rated number 4 in the world in the middleweight division.
Uh-huh.
And man, Marvin brought the fucking heat. He almost put Jack out in the first round, but he got a little too concerned with the grappling aspect because like Jack's known as a really good grappler. And you could tell like Marvin was like just trying to prove to people that he could grapple with one of the best in the world. Like he put him down on his ass, hit him like 40 times on the ground, and then instead of continuing to hit him for the TKO, he just like opted to try to go for a guillotine. And I was watching it and I'm like, why the fuck are you doing that? Like what would possess you to do that if you were in that realm? And it ended up turning into a scrap at one point, man. Fucking Marvin dominated the first round. Pretty clearly won the second round, in my opinion. And then out of nowhere, Jack Hermanson just makes one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. Not that he won the fight. That I've ever seen in the third round. And just starts laying it on Vettori. It was a fucking battle.
Almost like he was saving energy because he wanted to wear him out.
Right, almost. And Jack is known as, he's known for lack of a better way to put it, he's known for getting better and more aggressive as the fight progresses.
Interesting.
Right. So, like, and obviously that has to some degree to do with how comfortable you are fighting somebody. Yeah. Once you know what threats they possess and how how you're going to maneuver around them. You tend to be more comfortable.
Sit there and take punches for the first round, then you know what to expect. And
Right.
You figure it out, and you're like, all right, this is how much it's gonna hurt.
So like after I believe it was the second round. Do you know how odds work, like as far as the minus to plus?
No, I do not.
All right. So after the first round, so Marvin actually came in as the favorite before the fight even started. I think it was only like a minus 200, which is a slight favorite.
Okay.
Slight favorite. And by the end of the second round, he was like a minus 800 favorite, which is like
this is just like odds of like what people think.
Right. So it was like a 10 to 1 payout.
That's nerve-wracking for gamblers.
Right. So like if you bet on Marvin Vettori, or if you bet on Jack Hermanson at the end of the second round when it was minus 700, you would have won like 10 times what you put in if Jack had won the fight from that point on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I feel like fighting sports are like the only good betting sports.
Oh, I agree. But
there's so much less variables.
Right.
Like it's not a whole team you're looking at.
Believe it or not,
there's a lot of variables. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you're not counting on every player in a team.
So believe it or not, you can actually make bets within a fight on provided your odds are going to be
go.
No, so if you put, this is just for instance, if you put fucking Jack Hermanson 4th round triangle choke, those odds could be 40 to 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, and if you happen to get it right, you could win $400 from your $10.
Well, that's they were saying already, like if you're betting for the Floyd versus Logan fight, you ain't gonna make shit if Floyd wins.
Yeah, right.
But if you put like say $5,000 on Logan
and he happens to win,
and he wins, you're gonna win a shit ton of money.
You're gonna be a fucking millionaire. Right.
Like that was like he was saying the odds. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I need to figure out how to bet on Logan.
It's probably like a minus 1,000 right now. You know what I mean?
Like I just kind of want to throw $200 in there to see what fucking happens.
Right.
Like, where do I bet? Where take my money?
So, do you know about the guy who dethroned Mike Tyson? It's considered the greatest upset in sporting history. His name was Buster Douglas. And he was
Did he like beat Mike Tyson? Just like, all right, I'm out. I'm done.
Basically.
All right, I did it. No more.
I think he was a 42 to 1 underdog. If that wasn't it, he was a 40 to 1. Ooh. But people who bet on Buster Douglas became millionaires that night. But the problem is nobody betted on Buster Douglas. That's why he was a 42 to 1 underdog.
Nobody
you know
at
what
all?
I mean? I don't know about nobody at all, but if anybody did, it was his fucking close friends and family.
If you're listening to this podcast and you bet on Buster Douglas,
good for you.
Back on that fight,
right?
Can you please DM us? We'd like to interview you. We'd like to know what your thoughts were, what happened during all that, and how much money you made.
Facts. How much you put down too, so we can do the math.
I bet you we won't find you guys.
No, there's none of you.
I hope there's somebody.
There's actually
Buster Douglas's mom. Can you reach out to us?
Jesus Christ, bro. His mom died 3 days before the fight. That's why he won.
God. Oh my god,
That's why he won. He was like, Mom, I'm going to kick Mike Tyson's ass for you. And she was like, and died.
Holy shit. What are the odds? I'm such an asshole.
Obviously.
Well, Buster Douglas's
So
dad,
his mom won't be reaching out at any point soon.
Buster Douglas's dad, I'm sorry you
didn't never met him. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know that.
I'm sorry none of you got the insurance money in time to bet on Buster Douglas. I'm just going to say that.
But dude,
take the life insurance policy and just put it on himself and just fucking win $1 million.
So going back to the Vettori thing just for a moment. Long story short.
Not for a moment. Then go back to it.
Well, I was just going to say, Jack Hermanson made an incredible resurgence in the 3rd round. 4th round, ultra competitive. I had Vettori winning that one. And the 5th round was also quite competitive, but Vettori clearly won that one. And then it went to decision. So Jack was dangerous the whole fight after. I would say he was even dangerous in the 2nd round. But Marvin very clearly won at least 3 rounds. Very clearly. I think he very clearly won 4. But It was a great fight, man. If none of you have seen it yet, go watch it. It's the most strikes landed in a middleweight fight of all time. And he's also the first Italian to break the top 5 in the UFC.
Hey, shout out Italy.
Right? So fucking Italy's got something to be proud of right now. And if y'all are don't know who Marvin is and you're from Italy and or not from Italy, look into that motherfucker. He's badass.
So I'm Italian, but I don't matter because I'm pretty sure it was passed down from a woman.
Oh, damn.
Like in their
culture
and like especially like mobs,
right?
Like the mob or the mafiosa, yeah. They were like you couldn't.
It's a male lineage.
You couldn't be made a man unless your father was Italian.
Sicilian specifically. You can't be. There is no mob outside of Sicily. There wasn't.
Yeah, but when it came down to the melting pot of New York, you had to have Sicilian in your blood, and your dad had to be Italian
to be a made man.
Yes,
right. You have to have proven Sicilian lineage.
Yeah,
you could be an enforcer and fucking be Irish for all they cared. You know.
Yeah, you just couldn't become a made man.
Right.
You could just be a foot soldier. Type shit. But yeah, I don't know. That was a little tangent. I've been watching a lot of mob shit lately, actually.
Let's go.
Speaking of
mob episode.
Speaking of watching stuff, I was telling Pushy about this prior to the podcast about Midnight Gospel, a Netflix original series by Duncan Trussell.
That's the name.
And it's by the creators of Adventure Time.
Oh God.
So that's where that's why the animation looks like that. Yeah,
I like that though.
The animation's fucking phenomenal.
No, it looks really good.
And the show is about this podcaster who's basically from another dimension or planet.
Something of that nature.
He podcasts to zero audience. It's very relatable. I'm not gonna lie. It's very relatable. So, and then he takes a simulator and he goes to these other places and starts interviewing people. And clip bits of the show are from Duncan Trussell's actual podcast, I believe.
Yeah.
Which makes it even cooler that he took parts of his podcast and threw animations in there, threw the little bits and pieces of meat that needed to connect it all.
Right.
And made it a storyline, which is fucking sick. I think it's such a great idea.
Duncan's one of those guys who never got a lot of, provided he's been on the Joe Rogan. He's a good friend of Joe Rogan. He's been on the podcast a million times. But he's kind of one of those guys that never really got his due, And I haven't seen the show. I can't tell you guys whether it's good or not. I'll get back to you on that. He can. I don't know if he's being honest, though.
I've watched 2 or 3 episodes. It's pretty decent. Right. I don't feel like there's a storyline to the series, so you could watch any episode, I feel like.
Right. Those are kind of my favorite shows, though, is where you can just kind of jump in.
He just kind of goes into a different simulation, everyone.
Right.
So,
find something new to talk about.
Kind of like a podcast. Yeah. So, it's definitely really cool. I recommend anybody go check it out. If you're listening to a podcast right now, you probably won't mind this show. If you like Rick and Morty and Adventure Time and shows like that, you're probably going to like it.
It's going to be for you.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. It's on Netflix. You can check it out and giving that free promotion out to Duncan Trussell. And shout out all of you. This is a great episode. We're going to catch you next week. Make sure to go. Bangladesh, yeah. Fuck you. Wow.
Fuck you, he says. You know what we mean.
Fuck you all. That's what we mean.
Except Bangladesh. No.
But shout out to everybody who's been checking out the podcast. We really appreciate it, and we do notice it. And we're going to be posting regularly on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to go check us out. It's down in the description. And if you can't see it in the description for some reason, it's Crack a Can. You just fucking look it up, dude.
Look up some variation.
It's not very hard. You could even tell your fucking Alexa to put on Crack a Can podcast.
Right.
And it'll put it on.
Right.
I promise.
We're going to have to do that on air one day just to make them fucking...
Dude, I'll Venmo you $1 if your Alexa doesn't do it.
You got to videotape it, though.
Yeah, you have to videotape it, and you have to say, Alexa, play Crack a Can podcast.
Yep. And no leaving the batteries off.
No fucking weird accents either. Disqualified instantly.
Yeah. That goes for you, Italians.
So I only have $3 to spare. We don't get a lot from this podcast.
That's true. He's right. We're broke, bitches.
But yeah, it was a great time. Thanks for fucking checking in. We'll catch you next week. This is Jared and Pushy.
Whoop.
Peace out, motherfuckers.